Hey yo, Gaming Bronc here with another episode of City Skylines, and there she is, the city of Job. Ain't she a beauty? Coming along wonderfully. Lots to build, lots to grow, but a beautiful city right now nonetheless. Some new work I gotta show you. I do have some things that I've done, things to look at. But what a view from atop this building. That building might be a little taller. Maybe I'll scoot over there next time. But from this building, it's always a beautiful view. Let's jump out of that and get back up here. Some things that we've done. I think everybody knows about this. I pretty much ended up ripping out those 45-degree parks. Well, very cool, just weren't what I wanted here. I needed a bigger road, and those parks were attached to those small roads, and you could not put a bigger road in, so you couldn't even replace the road. I tried everything to do that, and it just didn't let me, so I ended up having to take them out, but we will use them somewhere. Those were really neat little parks. I fully anticipate using them somewhere because they were kind of cool. Other things that we've done is today I'm hoping to work on our waste distribution and management because we need to set up a new waste management site over here in this kind of nook. We'll be doing that today for sure. Other things, let's see, not much over here, but check out the new farming area. Oh, we had a field burned down. There we go. But this is our farming center. This is where all the farming happens, and I am thinking. Actually, I know it's shocking, right? Oh, he's thinking things. I think that we're actually going to create a simple highway connection here for my out-of-towners, basically, and for this farming industry. And I got a feeling it's going to be completely overrun, and it probably won't work, but it doesn't make sense that these guys have to travel all the way up here to get on the, like these guys over here, when the highways right here have to drive all the way up here to get on to the highway. I mean, it makes sense for all of these guys, but not so much for these guys. You know, but it doesn't, it's not like I have a traffic problem here either. Like, all the traffic is really smooth and nice and working, so I'm not really worried about the traffic at all here. So we're going to do a few things here. One of them is this is very unreal to me, to have a gravel road come onto a 4-lane. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fix that. Which I know a bunch of these houses. Yep, there they go. And then this is going to go like this, and then after they get out here a bit, say like that for that one, they're going to turn into gravel road there. And this one's going to come all the way up here, because what I'm thinking of doing is building the intersection right in this area. Cut down some of these trees so we can work. Alright, let's build an intersection here. We're doing a very elementary intersection. This is going to just be an easy little overpass intersection, if it lets me. Sure isn't gonna. It's not gonna make this easy. That's for sure. All right. So there's our intersection bit. That's where we want it. I gotta take out. I'm gonna take out a bunch of these trees. We'll replant trees again later, but we're going to have to draw. We're gonna have to draw a bunch of on and off ramps yet, so we'll put trees in a little later. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, that'll work for me. That looks like an intersection in my hometown. You can turn one way, stay on the paved road, or there's two other options that are gravel. Okay, that'll work. All right, let's take a look at these on and off ramps here now. These are the part that always get me. All right, hopefully they will go off without a hitch. All right. Okay. That looks nice. Let's do that. And can I do something from the same place? Okay. Kind of a mirror. It's kind of a mirror image. Okay. And of course it won't let me do that on the other side. Oh, why is it gotta go? Oh my goodness. Sometimes I just go, why will you not? Oh goodness. All right, let's try from over here. Okay, this is what I don't get. It'll come out and go right here, but it won't connect there. Jeez. All right. Let's come down. Let me blow up a few more trees here. Okay, let's do something like this then. No, yeah. Why will that work? Seriously. Okay, that will work, but that will not work. Okay. I'm gonna pause the game for a second. Come down. Okay. Not working. I wonder if I do it like this. Okay. There we go. Okay, why again, I don't understand all the time why it doesn't work, or it works, but it worked. And it looks fairly mirror. I kind of like that. That looks like a little intersection I would see somewhere around where I am from, potentially. So I like that. Just a cute little intersection there. Throw a few little trees in. We'll get some of the bigger conifers in here too. Little oak. Oak is a good filler tree because it's got big leaves. There we go. Then we'll put the conifer in. Conifer's super dense. Nice. All right. I'm gonna kind of leave that open. I think. Close this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see what kind of heck we unleash on our city now. If this instantly just becomes a hellacious junction, we're going to have to get rid of it. But if some of the trucks will use it and some cars will use it and it doesn't get overbearing, then it's definitely worth it, and it just grants a little access into farm life. Like, just jump on the highway. Most highways where I live are simple little on-off ramps. They're not very complicated. They're not big interchanges. I have actually never seen a roundabout highway system like that. That is not very there are very few of these even where I live. So this is pretty much all we have, because it's, you know, when you're living in an area like I do where it's mostly rural, you don't have that many people, so you don't have that much traffic. So as long as this will manage the little bit of traffic that we get, I'm going to let this buck. But if it does get overburdened, which it might, oh, bummer. We might not be able to let it ride, because if this gets overburdened, it's just going to be a mess on the whole city, or on this whole little section. Well, I mean, it's not awful. We'll come back and look at it later. We're definitely not adding anything onto it. I mean, the other side, maybe we do all residential on the other side. We do like some country, some more. We're gonna do like a burb on the other side, maybe. We could do something like that. That might be kind of neat. We have a definite industrial need, though, but we have other projects that we got to get to too. We got to get to working on the ridiculous garbage situation that we kind of built upon ourselves, because we built everything here. Okay, we built all this stuff. Jeez, I mean, we built from the edge of Hamster Dam. All of this was all built, you know, and even most of this is all built after we finished building our one massive garbage dump, which is, I mean, we built this to expand for it, so it wasn't a huge deal, because we had all these open spots for incinerators, and we even had an extra spot for the dump here, and so it ended up working out. So there's no big deal with that. But we built all of that for the one dump, and so now it's time for us to obviously think about and get in place a location, a dump that can service this part of our expanding city. Because if you look at our world, we're using 4 tiles of 25, and so we've literally built everything in these 8 tiles. Well, in these 1, 2, I guess we did use this one. So we had 6 tiles that we were actually built in right now. I bought these tiles, so I didn't feel like I was pressing up against the edge of that. So we have 6 tiles that we've built in. The real question for me is where to go next. That's always kind of my $1,000,000 question, I guess. I have lots of space, so it's not a space issue. I need lots of industrial area, so I'm going to go ahead and drop offices in here and see if it helps to quell the need a bit. So we'll have all those dumped in. Get on waters, and we should have no power issues. Yeah, we have 4 solar power plants in this nuclear reactor thing. I think we're okay for a bit yet. But about the garbage, let's so that should help our industrial need anyway. let's take a look at this garbage scenario here. I think, let's see here. We have a new fire station? Oh, I forgot. I got, this will be perfect out here. Oh, I put a little firehouse out there already. Well, this will be a good little firehouse out here too. Where are we gonna put him? I think he should probably. Why is that so? Why is this such a tough area here? I went and got a couple of little assets for like more rural developments, and this is it's called the local fire department, but it's just a little fire department. Let's see what he looks like. He's a nice little fire department. It's got kind of that, you know, volunteer fire department look. Yeah, I see people complaining about our garbage. Understandably so. I forgot about him. And then I also got a little rural police station. Because you can see, obviously, when you're doing rural zones, fire and police coverage can be somewhat problematic. But let's put these two down and take a look at them. They were both pretty good looking little assets. I gotta say, I mean, they definitely they both definitely look like they belong in towns. So this is probably not the right space for them, but maybe well, you know, why not? That should be okay. I mean, clearly they're quite close to a town. We could have put them over here, but they just don't have the range. We'll just see how they go. We have 2 fire departments there now. We got one here too. So, all right. So that took care of that. Let's jump back over here now again. Yeah, I know I got more stuff. Okay, oh yeah, we destroyed our industrial need there with all these offices. So that looks really good. I don't know if office buildings generally will build up to a nuclear power plant like that. That doesn't strike me as a place they'd hang out, but maybe, I don't know. All right, back to the task at hand. We did download 2 assets that we will be using for this new dump. We're going to kind of, I've kind of got an idea how we're going to build this thing out. I'm going to first got to find a parallel here. I kind of want that one, so you've got to move for now. Just come over here. Now, you'll be moving again soon, but for now. Okay, so I need this parallel. We're going to come out about that far. I want to create, I need to, basically what I need to know is where my middle is going to be, because in the middle we're going to put a dump, and then we're going to build around the dump. So that looks like the middle. Okay, so we're going to say that's the middle of our structure, and then build our roads to get around it. I think I gotta go like this, actually. Yep. There, that is the middle. And yeah, that traffic is gonna be crap, so we're probably not gonna connect right there. And actually, we're gonna pause right now while we do this, because I'll probably be wrecking and fixing and whatnots while I do this. All right, we do have a large recycling center which cannot fit. Darn it. Okay, but I can chuck it in right here. Maybe we'll have to leave that road in. Okay, and then we'll put a smaller... I don't think so. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a frontage road that runs alongside this other road. I'll show you here. Because this is going to be a nuts little chunk of traffic there. That will be a little bit of chaos because that's got all the industry coming off the highway to it. And see, what I want to do with this little bit of road is kind of create something that will actually, I want that to go straight up to the edge here, straight out to here, and then I want to create that kind of no, that's not it. That's too sharp. Too sharp a corner. Too sharp a corner. I want to create something that has some bearing on how this comes together smoothly, kind of like I got it. I want 89.9. So that makes it that's a near 90-degree angle. That's a good intersection. Okay. So we got that in, and so that creates a lane for the trash. Like I have, what I can do with this now is I can dump incinerators in. Oops, that's not going to fit. And then I can use the rest of the space like that. And now, watch the garbage trucks roll out. What do you mean power? Seriously? There's plenty of power. Right. There we go. And now I can continue adding incinerators. I don't know how far I want to. I probably don't want to go much further. Maybe one more out here, I guess. I don't know if I want them to go around the corner. So, but that should be big enough to handle garbage for a good long while. This thing here can handle up to 570,000 tons in reserves. These littler ones, 250,000, whereas the incinerator can take an additional 400,000. So that should process lots of trash. So we just flooded our city with a whole slew of garbage trucks now, so our traffic's going to be shit for a minute. Yeah, like this intersection, that should go easy because there's no stoplights. Total standstill. Because we just put in, and look, they're still coming out of it. You know what? Look, eyeballing this, that doesn't really look right, does it? What if we do, I like to free draw, so what if we go like this? And we free draw ourselves to an intersection like that. That looks nice, but then also drop an intersection in like that. There. I think that looks good. And that gives us kind of an interesting development for the rest of this kind of little place here. Oh, that should be kind of nice. Do a few parks maybe. Let's see what we got for parks. I'm working on a new park and I had a little bit of trouble with it. I'm trying to make it work in the workshop, but yeah, this little roundabout park with a straight path. I'm just experimenting with parks, to be honest, and so I'm not going to lay claim to being any kind of guru. We could build like the little town that I lived near called Storm Lake had a lighthouse, and seriously, the lake was it was an interesting place. There's not much of a lake, but it had a lighthouse. Oh, that is cute. So we could put a lighthouse in. We could drop in a skate park. What do we got for... Okay, I left the modern art park over there yet. And I do have... Oh, I have the luxury plaza over there. So we could put in a skate park right here. See how that affected people. Not much. Not much, to be honest. That's obviously that's not a big draw. Put in the swim club. Suppose we. Yeah, that looks like a bad place for a swim club. Sunken Plaza, and there's the timer for me to be done. But we're gonna stick this guy in here. Okay, everybody loves the Sunken Plaza, but nobody cared about the skate park. Craziness. Let's see here. Trying to see if there's anything else that jumps out. At some point, I'm going to do a Grand Central Park, and that's what those pieces are. What's this? Amusement park entrance. Got some nasty red stuff over here. We should do something over here. Let's, where is that little, there it is. Okay. How big is this? Is this going to fill that whole square? I don't know if that'll fill the whole square. I want to, yes, this will. Yeah, this fills the whole square. We're just going to fill this square right here. Put in a little, I mean, I guess we'll put in like a hemlock square. So there we go. Let's see how that should have done something to help the leisure. Okay. There we go. Let's find some parking garage. I guess. This is the big parking garage. Yeah, that's the large modern. We don't need that one. Where's the littler one? Just the garage. I think we'll just dump a couple. Okay, this is mostly residents down right about here. So I think I'm just going to dump one of those in right there. I think actually I'm gonna. I don't really like these guys being across the street from that, so I think I'm gonna dump that in right there, and then dezone this. Otherwise, it's fine. Okay, there we go. And then obviously these guys hate life down here, so we should do a little something for them. Get over just enough. We'll see what this looks like. Oh, that looks horrible. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, that's not staying there. That's awful. Can we do something that's not going to look like crap there, please? Oh, it's a little curved. Maybe we'll get lucky, and when the buildings come back up around it, it won't look so bad. Maybe. Small bush. I gotta say, it is quite annoying, the sound of the police cars. Oh my god. What I was gonna say there is, the one thing that does kind of bug me about decorating my city is the fact that I can actually sometimes place bushes and things underneath roads, and then I have to delete them to get them to show up again. I mean, delete the roads in order to find the bush. So I can delete the bush so I can try and place something there. That kind of bugs me a little bit, but I guess little things, right? Get out of that horrible... Oh, gosh. Oh, that is fairly annoying. Alright. I think that'll look better here eventually. Let's see what that did to our area. Okay, that helped that out a lot. Alright. Okay, at least it's not glowing bright red. Which, see, like this area should be a lot happier. This should... See, what bugs me is I built this beautiful park, but this is the only building here that counts as a park. You know, and that's just a bummer. Look at that park. I thought I did a fine job with it, and I spent a lot of time on it because I was messing with flowers and figuring out what would look, you know, doing something a little different. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to. I've been working on assets lately because that kind of thing bothered me, and then I come to find out that an asset editor, you can only have so many assets, so like you can't do big parks like that. You have to do them in chunks, which makes sense, I guess, why people have uploaded like a central style park in this fashion. There are 6 pieces here that you put there, or 5. Yeah, I think it's 6. It's just they're not all set together, which is kind of a bummer, but yeah, you get the idea. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I don't know where 3 and 6 are, but 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 there. 3. Maybe there is only 5 of them. But anyway, they do it in chunks because you can only get so many pieces acting on an asset, which is really kind of a bummer, I guess. But I guess it's not unexpected. Otherwise, you'd have assets that were just freaking huge and improbable, or what's the word? They'd just be they'd look beautiful, but they would be they wouldn't work. They'd just be too big. So I guess I understand that, but it's you know, it's a beautiful park, but it's not effective. So it's basically just a beautified area of our city. Because if you look at our leisure, it's just, blah. So, all right, let's take a look here. This is industry. I don't really care about that because it's all one level industry. This is all good. Oh God, this is a sad area over here. Let's help the sad area out. Can we find anywhere we can dump this big park? Oh, we can put it in the big playground. Let's do it. We're gonna put the big playground in right here. Boom. Show me some happiness. There it goes. And there's the ting ting. Alright. Well, I think we kind of, we achieved our main objective for the day. We did get the new garbage center built. We finished we're checking in on this right now, and that's not great. It's definitely not what I want. Look at, I mean, that's so, I'm going to work on this while we're gone. And I'll try and remember and show you that next time that I've reworked that and made that a little more functional, because that's just, this is unacceptable here. So, all right. Well, I think that does it for me. This is Valley Heights, the farming community. I think it looks pretty darn good. And I hope you're enjoying City Skylines. If you are, please like, comment, subscribe as you feel called. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, comrades, game on.